Hot off the heels of Sonic Origins Plus's release, today we revisit our esteemed series of Sonic's best water levels. This time we ask the question, is Sonic 1's Labyrinth Zone his best 2D water level? The answer may surprise you. Let's take a deep dive in this maze of mystery. The first thing you'll notice is the color palette. Labyrinth Zone is a collage of stark yellow bricks, ominous temple ruin water, often iconically green for some reason. It's finished off with some colorful looking crystals that are great for decoration, but do nothing for Sonic's superannuation fund. It's a simple visual design, quite dark compared to the other levels, but seems purposely unassuming. The music is pleasantly upbeat and does evoke a feeling of exploring a wonderfully weird, quirky maze. It provides a light offset to the crushing brutality you'll come across numerous times within this level. Sonic's first water level provides a unique challenge, namely the hydro itself, or water. Underwater, you'll be forced to move slower, time your jumps better, and search for bubbles to avoid the blue blur's watery demise. The imminent drowning music and the accompanying countdown gives you a sense of dread and urgency and forces you to go fast, not because you want to, but because you have to. The 3 acts of Labyrinth Zone are arguably the hardest levels designed in the entire series. Each act is laden with traps like extendo spheres, falling blocks, dragon head beams, and treacherous pulley systems. The first act being very linear and windy, the second more open, forgiving, and almost fun, and the third a combination of the two, minus the forgiving and fun part. The badniks you encounter fit the theme of a crazy maze. The drill boys act like walking traps, jumping out of the floor unexpectedly and demanding gym membership fees. The slow sharks are more or less there to look buff and get in the way, much like Big Anton. And the spiky ball boys are there repping more kettlebells than a British grandmother at high tea. As I said, very maze-like. At the end of Act 3, we take on Robotnik at last, but this boss fight isn't so much of a fight as it is a mad platforming dash. You have to ascend constantly, avoid a ton of extendo spears and dragon head beams, all while jumping fast enough to keep out of the water, and try to get some hits in. Herein lies the masterful deception of this boss battle. It doesn't actually require you to destroy or even hit Robotnik. He essentially functions as bait to get you to move too fast, screw up, and end up in the bubbleless trap-laden hydro. Carefully timing is key to survive this hair-raising romp. This boss fight is definitely one of the most challenging across the series. It provides more stress than an unannounced visit from the IRS, and completely flips the script on what you expect to do, just like Rian Johnson. Now we finally ask the core question, is Labyrinth Zone Sonic's best water level? Being that it's primarily a slow down slog in Acts 1 and 3 with a ton of infuriating traps, I'd say no. But there's something to be said about how iconic it is. It's definitely the most difficult water level in the series, with a brutal boss fight to cap it off. Acting as a blueprint, this level introduced a number of elements that would become staples later on in 2D Sonic games. It's so iconic that developers decided to reskin and revamp it for Scrap Brain Zone 3, replacing off-yellow tiles with off-white, and green water with that purple death liquid we all know and love. Labyrinth Zone is a crazy, chaotic, ever-changing gauntlet that you may not like. It's the Godfather Part 3 of Sonic water levels, in all the most grievous ways. But at least getting through it gives you a nice reward. The best song in the entire game.